Greetings Pokemon fans and welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Last week we did a video where we played through with Pokemon Crystal with Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff. And we did pretty good compared to what I thought we were going to do. I thought we were going to take about 3 hours, 2 hours and 32 minutes and 12 seconds. Very tickled pink with that result, considering I don't want to spend another 30 minutes playing with this Pokemon. But this week we're going to actually do the fully evolved version and the optimized version all in the same playthrough. So we're going to go ahead and focus on this guy, Jumpluff. Now, these little pink guys are the shiny version of this Pokemon. I think it's a very lazy shiny. You have two offsetting colors here of blue and yellow, and somehow everything's pink now. It's just a different shade of pink, but it's still pink. But we're going to play through with Jumpluff, and I think Jumpluff will actually do pretty good compared to the previous playthrough. So without further ado, let's go and dive into the ins and outs and the what, how, and the whatnot with this Pokemon. So we are at bulbapedia.bulbagarden.net, and we have Jumpluff. It is the Cottonweed Pokemon. It is grass flying type, which I think is why it actually did pretty good compared to other grass type. And we're going to have a medium slow growth rate. So what that means, it's actually pretty good for solo playthroughs. That's probably one of the best level up rates for solo playthroughs. So now let's go to the stats of Jumpluff. We're going to have 75 HP, 55 in attack, 70 in defense, 55 in special attack, 85 in special defense, and 110 in speed for a grand total of 480. This Pokemon stats kind of remind me a little bit of a Azumarill. Azumarill had not good attack, not good special, but pretty good defense and decent speed, and actually pretty good health as well. So it kind of reminds me of that Pokemon. Regardless, though, it's still not the greatest stats. Now we're going to jump over to the moveset. Now this is where we have to improve this Pokemon. We can't change the stats very much. You technically can change them a little bit if you modify your stats for your Hidden Power type, which we use Hidden Power Ice, and we're probably going to still stick with that. I don't see a benefit in going Hidden Power Dark to get a little bit better stats. I don't think stats are the problem with this Pokemon. I think it's the moveset. So without further ado, this is the level up moveset. Splash and Synthesis. Splash is worthless. And Synthesis, not as worthless, but pretty bad. It replenishes your health. But it's only 5 power points, and really to keep us on our moveset the whole game would be atrocious. Tail Whip, not going to really use, but it lowers options defense, tackle, 35 base power, 95% accurate. And then we have, so we repeat those 3 moves again, and then we have Poison Powder, which will be maybe used a little bit in this playthrough, but not a lot. Stun Spore, not at all. Sleep Powder, absolutely. It'll go all the way through the end of the game. Leech Seed was used in our other playthrough because we didn't have another move. So for example, our second rival fight, we had nothing to hit it. In this playthrough, we will have something to hit it, so I'm not worried about Leech Seed, so it might have a short shelf life, if at all. Cotton Spore, not going to use. I guess it's a little more accurate than Sun Spore, so that is a benefit, I guess. I'm not going to use it. I'd rather put the Pokemon to sleep than paralyze it. And then Mega Drain is our only other damage dealing move other than Tackle, and it's 40 base power, 60 with stab, 100% accurate. Not a bad move with this Pokemon. It does work well with this Pokemon, but it isn't the greatest move. So that being said, let's go and go down to the TM moveset for this Pokemon. Now, TM moveset, you'd think the TM moveset would be our saving grace. Not quite our saving grace, but it is pretty decent and does help this Pokemon out a lot. So Headbutt is our first move, 70 base power, 100% accurate. We'll get this right after the second gym. Very useful move, and it can make the opposition flinch. We are pretty fast, so we will go first a lot of times. So that move will be pretty useful, and its side effect will be very useful as well, making the opposition flinch. Curse, Toxic, not going to use. Hidden Power Ice was our best option. Again, you can modify your stats in the game to get a different Hidden Power. So the only one I considered beyond this was just going Hidden Power Dark and then having fully maxed out like stats, but it doesn't help. It helps us more to have Hidden Power Ice and have slightly better stats across the board. So I went with Hidden Power Ice. Sunny Day, in our last playthrough with Hoppip, the Hoppip line I should say, not just Hoppip, we did not use Sunny Day. And I think with the fully evolved version, I think it's even more heightened of why we don't need to use Sunny Day. There is a strategy where you use Sunny Day and then you can use Solar Beam, and it doesn't take multiple turns to hit with Solar Beam. It just takes 1 turn as long as Sunny Day's up. What we're going to do in this playthrough is we don't need to do that. We're just going to go for the strategy we did in the last one because it did work and it worked very well. That's why we only took 1 attempt at red. So I'm hoping we can replicate that and not have to worry about using Sunny Day and Solar Beam. It's a whole setup process that can fall off the rails very quickly. I'd rather do something a little more reliable. Sweet Scent, Snore, Hyper Beam, Protect, not going to use. Giga Drain will replace Mega Drain. It is 20 more base power. It is It ends up being 90 with stab, 100% accurate. It's just more powerful, and it does replenish our health, so that is the benefit to the move. And as we move on, we're going to go down to Endure, Frustration, not going to use Solar Beam. Would have been used if we used Sunny Day, but we did not use Sunny Day in the old playthrough, so we're probably not going to use it in this one. Return is a great move to have. It'll eventually probably replace Headbutt. And Return is 102 base power, goes off your friendship when it's maxed out, and with a gem, a normal gem, and in the pink bow, this move does get pretty well boosted. So this is a great move to have, and it'll probably stay with us for most of the game. Double Team, Swagger, Sleep Talk, Defense Curl, Rest, Attract, and Flash will not be used. So that is the moveset for this Pokemon. It's not very broad. There's literally maybe 6 moves we can use, and we're going to narrow it down to like 6 moves. We're going to use, well, there's more than 6. Let me rephrase that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 moves. Returns on there 6. Frustration technically, I guess, is 7. And then our 2 level up moves, so 8 and 9. So there's 9 attacking moves here. 10, count hidden power. 10 attacking moves here, and we're going to basically use like 6. And that's all we can use throughout the whole game, because that's the only thing that's useful for us. Now, what we are going to use is 1 breeding move. So this is the optimized playthrough, so we're allowed to use 1 breeding move. So we do have some good candidates here. We have Confusion, Double Edge, and Payday. Double Edge and Payday would have not been bad options. Payday would have been the lesser option because, well, it would have given us more coins. That'd been cool. But it's not the best version we can do. We can do much better. Double Edge was a contender because Double Edge is so powerful. We do have recoil. That is something we have to contend with. But with this Pokemon in Synthesis, it would have been great just to have that recoil and then heal yourself. But the best move to use here is Confusion. We already have a physical damaging move, though be it a bad one, Tackle. So having another normal move really doesn't fix the Rival 2 problem. And if we have Confusion, Rival 2 becomes very obsolete because 2 of his 3 Pokemon are weak to Psychic moves. So Confusion, 50 base power, 100% accurate. Psychic move will be the move we add to this learn set, giving us, instead of having Splash, we're going to have Confusion. And then that means we're also going to have, let's make sure I tell you the right thing, Synthesis, Tail Whip, and Tackle. So it'll be Confusion, Synthesis, Tail Whip, Tackle. That'll be our moves. So without further ado, that's a moveset. There's not an event move. I'll go and scroll down and show you. There's not an event move with this Pokemon. I'm sorry, there is a prior evolution move, which is worthless. This move is totally worthless. I don't understand this for the life of me. Why they keep giving fast Pokemon agility. They already are fast. They don't need agility. Pokemon like Sudowoodo would benefit heavily from from agility because their speed is garbage. And they need their speed boosted somehow. So and they need to take a turn to do it, so that would be great. But the whole Hoppip lineman is very fast, and we're not going to need to use agility. So that was the only move we added was Confusion. So let's go back and do a little bit of prediction for the optimized playthrough. I think we'll do a lot better in the early game. We're going to save time not having to grind and deplete power points to use Struggle. We're not going to need to get to level 10 to beat our rival. We're probably just going to fly right through it, no pun intended. And we're also not going to have to go to the Bellsprout Tower. Bellsprout Tower will be kind of pointless because we don't need the extra levels. I don't think Faulkner's Gym is going to be easy, but it'll be a lot easier than having to get to level like 16 or 15 or something. Once we beat Faulkner, we're actually going to have a pretty good time as well because one of our struggles was Union Cave. Union Cave has a lot of rock-type Pokemon, and we only had Tackle, so we couldn't get through there. We had to use Poison / Tackle / Sleep strategies to get through there. Those battles will be a lot more obsolete. Confusion is a special move. Rock-type Pokemon are weak to special. And I don't think Bugsy's Gym is going to be tough either because Bugsy's Gym, though we are Grass-type, we are also Flying-type, so we kind of counter the Bug-type moves that we could potentially come across with Scyther. And Confusion will be super effective against anything with Poison on it. So that's going to be good. And then, like I said, our second rival fight will be obsolete because Confusion is super effective against Haunter. It'll be super effective against Zubat. The only thing we have to worry about is the Cyndaquil. It'll be the one that's going to be tough for us. So, other than that, the early part of the game is going to fly, and then we're going to get Headbutt, and it's going to be back to kind of where we were in the original playthrough. Confusion will help us out against Morty, so that'll be something we can do as well. And really the only thing we have to worry about is make sure we get to level 44 to get Mega Drain. That we had to grind to get to that because we spent so much time doing the other things. We gotta get that level 44 to beat 2 of the gyms. Price's gym, Mega Drain makes that gym very easy. and Sabrina's gym. I'm sorry, Jasmine. Yeah, Sabrina. Way later, Sabrina will face her. But Jasmine's Steel type. We don't really need Mega Drain to beat that, but it does help against Onyx or Steelix because it is ground type. So that does help a little bit against that. We're going to use a lot of strategies though with that. But other than that, we're not going to have too much different after. We just got to get the early part of the game is going to go faster because we have better stats and we have confusion. Everything else is just about optimizing and know where we're going to struggle. For example, we struggled very mightily against Koga. We had to face him 3 times. So we're going to anticipate that and make sure we don't have to face him 3 times. We're going to use Sleeping Powder to our advantage a lot sooner, etc., etc. There's no boom or bust move with this Pokemon. That's the problem with it. There's no move that you go in and it's like, that's my ace move. It's going to knock out whatever's in its path. We don't have that. Nothing's that powerful. Return is probably our most physically powerful move, and that's a 102. And then we don't have anything else that's very powerful. Headbutt 70, but 70 is not powerful. That's not super powerful. It's good, but it's not great. And that's the problem with this Pokemon, and we leave a lot of things to chance. But luckily this Pokemon does have sleeping moves, so we can play around sleep powder a little bit to help us out. And yeah, I think this is going to get done. I want to get this done right around 2 hours, but under 2 hours would make me as tickle pink as the shiny version of this Pokemon. So that's what we're going to shoot for. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think we can do it? What do you think we can do as an optimize? Should I go with Double Edge instead of Confusion? What's your opinion? As soon as I'm done this voiceover, I'm going to publish it, and then I'm going to start filming. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD's Nerdverse. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.